The budgeting is real right now. I am trying my best to get into a really good flow with my spending and building better spending habits. And one thing that I'm really trying to lock down is the food spending. So today, I'm going to be walking you through my grocery shopping for the week, what I bought from Trader Joe's, as well as tell you about what I am eating this week and how much that all is going to cost me. Now, this all ended up, I believe, to be under $40 for a week of eating, which could be a slay. But let me go ahead and tell you all about what I bought. So starting off with the Trader Joe's grocery haul, here is a little overview of everything that I bought. My main meal for this week is going to be burritos. For those burritos, I bought a pico de gallo salsa, taco seasoning, canned tomatoes. They do have a version of these that include peppers with them, but I'm gonna try the plain ones this time. The last time I made the one with the peppers, I genuinely accidentally poisoned myself by undercooking dried black beans. So I'm going plain just in case this somehow upsets my stomach. Next, I did get 2 cans of black beans because, again, dried beans, I tried that. I did it wrong. I'm scared. We're going for the pre-cooked canned route from here on out. I then also got an onion, some Greek yogurt, which I'm using kind of as like a sour cream, and that's also going to double as dessert. If I ever want a little dessert, have some yogurt with frozen berries and honey. It's pretty nice. And then lastly, I got some tortillas. So altogether, that meal is going to cost me $14.99, which there are 12 tortillas, so divided by 12, that's about $1.19 per meal. I might also include some things I've previously bought, so I have some corn I might throw in there as well, but that's overall the cost of that meal. The next things I purchased are kind of a mix. So I got some frozen blueberries, which will be included with my breakfast. I also got some carrots, which will be included with my lunch. This pack of pre-packaged cheddar cheese. I really like the pre-packaged cheeses. I know it's not the most cost effective, but it's the most time effective for me, and sometimes not worrying about like what I'm gonna pack a bunch of sliced cheeses in is a lot easier. Eventually, once I get like some good, I don't know, small reusable containers, I'd totally be down to just cut pieces of cheese on my own, but I just don't want to be saran wrapping a bunch of cheese. That just does not seem totally worth my time. So for now, I'm going to enjoy these. And these are also, I think, a new Trader Joe's item. I also got a bag of apples. Love Cosmic Crisp apples. Delicious. These will be a part of my lunch, as well as if I decide to make any salads this week, I'll probably put an apple on my salad. And then I also got 2 canned fishes. These were kind of like a treat for me to try. I do think it's important with your groceries, even though I'm on a budget, to still give myself a little wiggle room to try different things. And though the burritos are going to be like my main big meal of the week, I do like to have a little bit of flexibility because on days that I'm streaming or I end up working late, I end up kind of having 4 meals. I have a dinner around 4 or 5 o'clock, and then after I finish up stream, I tend to make myself something else. So recently that's been a salad, which has been delightful. So I got some anchovies and sardines to try out and put on the salad. I've really been enjoying watching content about tinned fish, so figured I'd try them out from Trader Joe's because they're pretty affordable options. And then the last item I got that was not a food item was these dishwashing tablets. I used up my last bag, so this is to replace them. I will say this container did leak over my entire grocery bag, so I have had to wash all of my groceries to get the dishwashing detergent off of them, which is a bummer. Trader Joe's. Fix your packaging, please. Overall, the cost of all of those groceries ended up being $36.88. Now, I already own some things that I'm going to be using for cooking, so I also wanted to go ahead and break down the meals that I'm going to be eating this week, how expensive they are, and kind of give you an estimate of how much overall for this week I will have spent towards my meals. This is going to be assuming that I'm eating my burritos for dinner and I'm having basically the same thing for breakfast and lunch every day. Now, of course, life happens, variety happens, and I do also have some salad stuff that I could use for food that I haven't really included in this calculation, but this is kind of like a basic summary. Again, for my dinner, that's going to end up being around $1.19 a burrito. Some of that I am going to end up freezing. I might just pre-make some burritos and freeze them because I'm not going to be able to eat all of those tortillas and all of that food in this week. It's just going to be too much food for one person. So I am going to try and be really proactive and freeze some of them so I can just easily heat up a burrito later. that sounds pretty delightful. For my breakfast, I pretty much always have the same thing for breakfast. So right now I'm having oatmeal. I use these 1 Minute Quaker oats, and I always mix in flax meal with my oats just so I get a bit more fiber with them. Along with that, I also put in about half a cup of frozen blueberries, which cools down your oatmeal so you can eat it right away, which is very handy. And then I also always make miso soup for breakfast. I'm a miso soup enjoyer every morning. I think starting your day with soup is delightful. I do use these like instant miso soup pack things because every time I've tried to make it myself, it just doesn't taste as good. So I get one of these bags of 20 servings for about $12. So my breakfast in total every day ends up being around $1.42. And then lastly, for my lunch, I'm a big fan of a snacky lunch. I'm including almonds, some oranges I bought last week that I'm still finishing, one of those prepackaged cheeses, and an apple, as well as probably some of those carrots as well. So lunch is going to be around $2.80. Overall, adding together my meals for every day, I'm spending about $5.36 a day on food, which in total ends up being about $37, which actually almost perfectly matches with my receipt for $36.88. Which is crazy how that worked out. Again, I might go off of this and make some extra salads with ingredients that I already own, but that is kind of my main budget for food. Now let's go ahead and hop into showing you the cooking of my burrito filling and how I like to make. This is one of my favorite simple meals to make, and it also is technically a chili recipe if you just add in some chicken stock, which is fantastic. Let's go do some cooking.